Hello? Can you see me? Are you there? Hello? Please listen closely. The moment to change history is upon us.
Welcome to Engage, where learning through play is the name of the game. We're here on the site of the Transmedia project, the Miracle Mile Paradox. But what the heck is Transmedia?
In layman's terms, transmedia is a way of telling stories across multiple platforms. And then a way to do that is through, say, an ARG, which is an alternate reality game. The difference between, say, role-playing games and alternate reality games is that when you are playing in a role-play, you're essentially becoming a character, like a fictional character. I become a fairy and I role-play that inside the game system, if you will. In alternate reality games, you're not really role-playing anybody, you're playing yourself. And you're just stepping in an alternate reality, which is the game. You get to interact with other characters, and then you also get to interact with players, and and just form a sense of community. It's like we are discovering this together, this story world together.
Since Transmedia by definition is distributed across multiple different platforms, players could discover the story of the Miracle Mile Paradox through many different points of entry. Online, for instance, blog enthusiasts may have come across enchantingandobsoletist.com, home to the eccentric Rexford Higgs, a collector passionate about tinkering around with machines dismissed today as old hat.
I love collecting unusual devices and objects of yesteryear. Anything mechanical or analog from the late 1800s to early 1900s intrigues me. I don't know what it is. I just like to find out how they work. Come to think of it, a lot of people do. That's why I started the blog.
One day, Rex trips upon something like nothing even he has ever seen.
I was walking back from an estate sale in Miracle Mile, empty-handed, and there it was, calling to me from the wreckage of a demolished building site.
Suddenly, Rex's hobby puts his life in jeopardy. After activating the device he recreates from these blueprints, he receives strange transmissions sent by a woman claiming to be from the past.
You must be cautious. You are likely being watched at this very moment. I can tell you how to stop it.
The very next day, Rex is assaulted on the way home and barely makes it out alive. His cry for help is where the game begins.
It's just unsafe for me to stick around here anymore. They're after the time switch. So I can't go back there. They will follow me. You guys are going to have to help me retrieve the rest of the transmission. I can't tell you how, but I will contact you as soon as I'm at a safe place.
Before it could fall into the wrong hands, Rex managed to hide the time switch in a secret location, leaving behind clues for his followers so they can find it before it's too late. The trail begins when players in the Los Angeles area call the number found on Rex's business card, hidden in plain sight at local shops and restaurants. In a pre-recorded message, Rex directs players to the Miracle Mile, where clues to the time switch's whereabouts are embedded in the real world. When a player finds a clue, they then send the clue as a text message to Rex to find out what to do next.
You would start at the Los Angeles County Museum of Art, and then there's like a very famous installation in the front, right there in the front of the museum, where the lampposts are. The first clue would be in one of the lampposts. And so from there, you move down Fairfax, and then you will discover historical sites in the area, like, for example, there's the Berlin Wall. There's the Berlin Wall in Wilshire Boulevard, and a lot of people don't realize that and drive by it every day. These are the things that we wanted to highlight in the experience. Certain places you actually have to interact with people in order to get what you need to get to the next step. Until finally you end up at this building, and so you have the key to the room so you actually can enter the room. I mean, this is very immersive, what's going on, you don't know what to expect. And inside the room you will find the time switch. They are waiting for you to retrieve the transmissions.
So that sounds like such an amazing, mind-blowing concept that here I am, I'm on an actual street in Los Angeles, and I'm going through looking for these clues, and it's not like I'm playing a theater game in class, or it's not like I'm playing a video game. I am actually in the place where the game is taking place, and I'm playing right through it as one of the characters. That sounds like an experience like none other that I've ever heard of before. How would you envision this maybe translating into an educational space? Like how would either students or teachers take this kind of concept and use it to learn through play?
I think the ARGs are great for education. They're great tools for children to discover, you know, different things, because by being inside a game system, you get a sense of like, you know, I want to dig a little bit more. This is more compelling. This is more interesting to me. There's a story here that it's been told that, you know, I want to find out where it goes, versus, you know, just, you know, a data dump, you know. In this day and age where, like, you know, young kids are consuming entertainment across multiple platforms, not only watching TV, but on their computer and they're in the mobile, and having to build experiences like calls to how to do things in life versus being passive about it, which is the way we've consumed entertainment up to this point. You just go to the theater and you just sit down, or if you just go to the TV and you just sit down. But now I think that we're moving to a space in which being interactive, you know, being a little more in control of what you are consuming, how you're playing, how you getting yourself entertained, how you want to talk to a character versus just see what this character does, calls to an important skill that I think it's, you know, it's essential for kids to really get into it. Like, why not build that, you know, and grow that discipline? I think it's quite valuable.
So it sounds like it would promote a lot of collaborative skills, a lot of integration with social media, a lot of media literacy. It could fit really well into like any sort of curriculum, really, it seems. English language arts, math. But what sounds especially neat about it is that they're still grounded, even though they may use technology, they're still grounded in reality that we actually do live in, because walking through the Miracle Mile, you're actually there. So a lot of the experiences that you're talking about, museums or other places could use it, they're still going to places that actually do exist, and they're not just a fictional, they're not just fictional. So that sounds really incredible. Thank you for your time. Wish you the best of luck with your future endeavors.
Absolutely. It was fun.
For more on Transmedia and the Miracle Mile Paradox, visit the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.